First Nations Bank of Canada will service the 4 First Nation bands that are part of Massachusett and Central Alberta. Those of the community say they've been looking for full-service banking resources and financial sovereignty, and this serves that need. But that's not all. And for more on that, we're joined by CEO and President Bill Lomax. So, Bill, we don't usually cover when financial institutes open. This is different, though. You've been with the organization for about a year now. Why is it important for you to be a part of this, of the bank?
The bank really is serving an underserved community, and that's really exciting to me because we're able to bring basic banking services to communities that otherwise would suffer, or what will happen in some cases is they'll end up with a store acting as the bank, and the service charges that go along with that end up being kind of exorbitant. So we're able to help folks, and in a lot of cases in small communities, these are very cash-heavy, cash-dependent communities. So we need to be able to provide those services.
What's different about this bank?
For example, today we opened up a branch and we started off with buffalo grass, also known as sage, a ceremony that would allow folks to smudge and cleanse the space. All of the employees at the branch are Indigenous, including 2 folks from Ermineskin. And so when people come into the branch, and if they're from one of the nations in the area, they likely know the people that they're working with. They feel comfortable with the people that we're working with, and oftentimes they can speak their own language when they come in.
You are opening branches across the country in different communities. Where do you see the bank in 10 years? Where do you see communities growing? How do you see the bank helping communities within 10 years?
10 years, we'll see a lot of change in terms of digital banking. We've already seen that, and that will come to the communities. But in the meantime, we will continue to open branches, especially in more remote areas, and continue to service those areas. And I think what will happen is we'll continue to grow, and we'll see some of the other big banks starting to shut down their local operations.
Really?
Yeah, I think we'll see less of them in 10 years from now.
What do you think that's going to look like? Where do you think that the First Nations Bank is going to fill that gap?
We're going to be working very directly with our clients. And I think one of the things that we bring is that we really understand where they're coming from, because we have people from their community. And so that just creates a comfort level that is very different. And I think there's always going to be a human element to this. It's not going to be all online. So we'll continue to develop with them.
Yeah. For community, what does it mean to have a First Nations bank in the community? What difference is this going to make for Central Alberta?
So especially in this area, which is surrounded by several communities, it will become a hub for finance for them. So they don't have to go into town necessarily to deposit their checks or deposit their cash, to write a check, to get their credit card. All of that stuff will be more centralized for them now.
And what does it mean for business? Like if you think about somebody who wants to start a business, or for industry, how does this change things if it does?
Having a branch that's much more local for you absolutely helps to facilitate business. So it will mean that folks don't have to drive as far. Again, same sort of thing as for individuals. But when you're running a business, especially if it happens to be cash-based, having a branch close by, one, is safer, 2, takes less time for you if you're doing that on a daily basis.
How exciting is this for you? I mean, when you think about the growth and the opportunity, and when you look at economic reconciliation within Canada, what role do you play in that, and does the company play in that?
First part of your question, very exciting for me. This is actually the first branch that I've opened since I took over, and this makes number 20 for us for banks and community banking centers. So very excited about that. In terms of our role, we like to say we do the financial part of nation building. And by what I mean by that is, as nations look to create jobs, have new businesses, they need the financing to be able to do that, and we're able to provide a lot of that for them.
It is very exciting, and again, like as you make a difference in Central Alberta, interested to see where it goes from here. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It's been great.